Okay. So, welcome, everybody. Woo! So, who's excited to be here this lovely afternoon? It's a beautiful afternoon from here, by the way, from Nigeria. The name remains Adetola Freeman, and this is that moment where we are going to be talking about our expectations for NFP, and all of the data that is available, and then we're going to position for trading opportunities based on the available information. All right. So remember, we've talked a couple of times about how you can approach trading the news. All right. We've talked about straddle trading. All right. Straddle trading is straddle trading is one of the ones we've talked about. All right. Let me see. Yeah. So straddle trading is one of the approaches that we've talked about in the past. All right, talking about placing, you know, like a knife edge kind of scenario where you place buy stop, sell stop on the two sides of the market. All right, and then you wait for a breakout of either of these two regions. All right, I'm sure that you guys are familiar with that at the moment. All right, you're familiar with that already. So, having said that, all right, we can then come over to have conversations about, okay, so what do I do with the information from the trading calendar? All right, how do I interpret this in a way that gives me, you know, the most reliable kind of information that I can work with and formulate my bias based off of. So we're going to work with the NFP data. All right, I'm going to be showing you. I won't be showing it on the screen, all right, but I'm just going to be mentioning it. And for those of you who care, all right, you'll be able to follow along. So if you have a trading calendar that you work with, all right, now would be a good time to open up that calendar, all right, so that we can, you can be able to follow me as I, just share a couple of things with you before we go into, the chat. All right. So please do ensure that you have your calendar open. All right. Do ensure you have your calendar open, and then we're going to look into this together. So for the non-farm employment change, all right, we've seen that um, the previous, all right, was 272,000. All right. And currently the analysts are forecasting that we're going to have 191,000. Okay. So if peradventure this comes out stronger than 191,000, I would mean. So then we would say that, all right, gold is dollar is strong and we should sell gold, EU, GU, and the likes. I would mean. And then if we see a data that comes out and is lower than 191K, it means that we're expecting the dollar to get weaker, all right, which means gold, GU, and the likes are going to continue their bullish, their bullish movement. So having said that, remember I've told you that in order to be able to trade the NFP using straddle approach, all right, in order to be able to trade it profitably, there are three things that you must do. All right, there are three things that you must do compulsorily. All right, and I've mentioned that the first thing is that you must ensure that you only have a disposable amount in your trading account at that point in time. All right, that is the number one instruction. All right, that's the number one instruction. Ensure that whatever amount of money is currently in your trading account, all right, ensure that it is your disposable income. It's an income or it's an amount of money that you do not depend on for anything. All right, so like I gave it a scenario earlier, all right, during one of my streams. I can't remember which particular one now, but I mentioned that if, for example, you have $100 to trade with, all right, for your NFP trades, you can just leave $20, all right? Deposit $20 and then move out the remaining $80, all right? Keep that as your reserve and trade with just the $20, all right? Because if everything goes your way, that $20 can become as much as another $100, all right? But if things go opposite, you know that the worst case scenario that you can lose is still that $20 that you had in your funding account. All right, so that is rule number one. Rule number two for trading straddle during the high volatility news. Rule number two is to ensure that you activate your trailing stop. All right, and that's why I've told you guys several times that when you want to trade the news, ensure it's usually advisable that you trade from your PC. All right, it's much more advisable that you trade from your PC because trading from your PC allows you to be able to set your trailing stop. All right, so that is the second very important thing that you must do. All right, if you're considering trading the news with me today. Chidex Uchendu, if you're telling me to leave talk, then I would love to say that I do not, appreciate that tone. All right. If you do not enjoy what I'm saying, please feel free to walk out on the session. There are beginners on this call who have no idea what they are doing. All right. So it will be foolish to come on a session like this and say, all right, guys, we're buying gold, we're selling gold without giving all of the guidelines that make it possible for even beginners to manage their risk appropriately. All right. So please refrain from asking me to just go straight to the point. We still have more than 20 minutes before the news release, so there's no need for a hurry. All right? So please let us behave like people who know what they are here for. All right? Thank you very much. I appreciate your understanding. So back to my conversation. The second important thing that you need to do, all right, is to ensure that you use a trailing stop. All right? That is also extremely, extremely important. Then finally, all right, finally, which is also a very important thing to do, is to ensure that once you set your trade, all right, once you set up your trade, do make sure that you close as soon as you are satisfied. All right, I've seen a lot of people who say, oh, I'm in $500 profit, but I think it's supposed to be $1,000 before I close. Oh, I'm on $300 profit, but I want it to get to 700 before I close. Please, news days are days where the market is set to damage people's self-esteem. All right, I'm telling you as for a fact, days like these are days where the psychology of many traders gets ruined completely. And before they can ever click buy or sell again, it will take them a couple of months. All right, so please and please, people of God and my very lovely people, ensure that when you have made enough profit, do not allow greed to set in. Close that trade and go and rest. All right, half bread is better than a stolen bread. If you still have your half bread to eat, please carry it home and enjoy. All right. But if you are having your half bread and you are still pursuing another bread on the road, then know that that one that you have, even that one will be taken from you. Are you with me now? So, fantastic. Please, those who are saying gold is buying, gold is selling, my candid advice for you would be, do not make yourself instruments or in the hands of the devil to make people cry. All right? I'm begging you, please do not make yourselves vessels of heartbreak on this call right now. All right? So having said that, welcome to this glorious live stream, and we're going to go right into the charts and position for what exactly it is that I am expecting from the markets today. All right? So apologies. What you're seeing on my chart right now is just technical analysis from some of the sessions we had on Monday. And, other days during the week. So I'm going to have to clear all of this right now so that you guys don't get confused. Yep. Yep. So for those of you who are new on the call, I want to say a big welcome. All right. I do not take your presence here on this call for granted at all. All right, because I know that in this industry there are a lot of people's there are a lot of people you could be spending your time with right now, a lot of live streams you could be attending right now, but for you to be here, I want you to know that I really celebrate you and I really really appreciate that you are here. Ishaya X Ezra, please, if you send me a message on Instagram and I didn't respond, also know that I have social media handlers, all right, who probably did not notify me on time that that you sent a text. All right, so please try to send a text once more, okay, so that we can get to that. Let me see. Okay, okay, all right. Theodora Odogu, I think you may need to increase the volume on your system a bit because from this end, I think the audio is, quite nice. I think the audio is quite nice. So please, you may need to increase your volume a little bit so that you can hear me better. All right. So let's do that. All right, so that we can assist each other to have a fantastic experience. All right. So let's go back to the charts. All right. So remember what I've told you guys always, what we want to do when we trade straddle is to start from the 1 hour time frame. All right. And if you're able to observe a consolidation, all right, that makes it a lot better. So this is what I'm going to do. I know it's going to feel like magic to a lot of you, but do hold on. All right, good. Okay. Remember what I've told you guys. You do not necessarily have to wait for the TPs before you exit the trades. All right. As soon as you have had enough profits, please run away. You have my permission to abscond. All right. So yes, for Euro USD, buy stop order is positioned at 1.08372. All right, 1.08372. That's the positioning for our buy stop. For our sell stop is positioned at 1.08091. 1.08091 for the sell stop. All right, buy TP1 is 1.08449. 1.08449. That's buy TP1. Buy TP2 is 1.08533. 1.08533. That's buy TP2. Then final TP for the buys is 1.08625. 1.08625. That's the final TP for the buys. Then for the sell stop is at 1.08091. Sell TP1 is at 1.08017. All right, 1.08017. Sell TP2 is at 1.07921. 1.07921. All right, and then sell TP3 is at 1.07847. 1.07847. All right, so that's for Euro USD. Then for GU, you can see that we're not really seeing a consolidation at the moment. So I am going to have to apply another trick. Don't mind me. The entire purpose of this tricks is to simply kind of show off, all right, that yep, to a large extent, I know my onions. Okay, yeah, so that would be this. Yes. All right, so that's that. So we have buy stop, that it. All right, sell stop, buy stop, TP1, TP2, TP3. All right, TP1, TP2, TP3. All right. So for GU, all right, our buy stop is at 1.28022. 1.28022. Our buy TP1 is at 1.28116. Apologies, I really cannot see your comments at the moment, all right, because I am on the chat right now. All right, so please, for those of you who get the figures or who were able to catch the figures, please type it in the comment section, all right, or in the chat box, so that those who are, who are trying to follow can also catch up with us. So buy stop for GU is 1.28022. 1.28022. All right, then buy TP1 is at 1.28116. 1.28116. Buy TP2 is at 1.28193. All right, 1.28193, and buy TP3 is at 1.28281. 1.28281. That's the final TP for buys on GU. Then for sells on GU, we have sell stop at 1.27763. 1.27763. Sell TP1 is at 1.27685. 1.27685. TP2 is at 1.27591. 1.27591, and then sell TP3 is at 1.27523. 1.27523. Did you get that, guys? JP Luxury Travel, please do not spam my chat box. All right, if you do that again, I am going to have to kick you out of this call. All right. There is a protocol to everything that we're doing. All right. I'm going to get to gold. All right. But please stay calm. You can't get me to respond by spamming my chat box. Okay. All right. So this is gold. Oh, I should speak slowly. Oh, Vergara. We don't have a lot of time. I think that's why, but I'm going to try my best. Like I said, those of you who got the figures, please, I'm begging you, type it out. All right. All right, please, Uzowulu, God bless you. They just started out the buy stop on GBP USD. All right. So if you have for Euro USD, you can also type it out. Then we'll go to gold. All right. So please, let's do that together. GU is GBP USD, Ryan. I'm surprised you do not know what GU is. Petro Capital. Don't be in a hurry to lose your money, bro. Why the rush? Who's gonna make profit? It's gonna make profit. Who's gonna lose his money? Is gonna lose his money. All right. So do not rush, bro. So stay calm. All right. Stay calm. Keep your money safe. All right. So here we have it on gold. Here I am earnestly praying for you guys that nobody gets wrecked on my call today. Trust me, I know the pain of what some people are going to have to feel today. All right, so for gold, the accumulation I'm seeing on gold right now is not so clear. All right, so I want to be cautious. That's why I've spaced out my entry quite a bit away from the current price action. All right, so for gold, my buy stop is at 2374.14. 2374.14. All right. Remember what I've told you guys. If you notice that our pending orders get activated before the news release, run, no, run, no. Don't say, oh, I believe in Freeman. Run, no. That's a very honest and very candid advice. You get it? If you don't get it, please do not be in a hurry to forget about it. All right, so let's do this. Buy stop on gold once again, 2374.14. Buy TP1, 2377.97. Buy TP2, 2381.04. Buy TP3, which is the final buy TP, is 2384.58. 2384.58. Then for our sell stop on gold, we have 2361.41. 2361.41, that's our sell stop. Sell TP1 is 2358.58. 2358.58. Sell TP2 is at 2355.02. 2355.02. And then our final TP for the sales is at 2351.59. 2351.59. Those are the TPs we're working with at the moment on gold. So remember what I said, if any of these trades get activated before the news release, my friends, my brothers, please run with every energy that is available to you. Please what? Run. All right, I'm going to close all of this so that we can have a bit more focus. I understand there's news for CAD as well, but I'm not going to be touching on that. All right, so here we are. We have all the commodities that we're looking at on the screen, and then we're just going to wait for the news to do its thing. So 5 more minutes. Yasia Martino, sorry if I didn't get that correctly. But what we're doing is to place buy stop and sell stop. We are not edging. All right. We are not edging. Edging is placing market execution orders. All right. But we are not placing that. All right. What we're placing is buy stop and sell stop, which will get activated when price gets to that place. So we're using pending orders to trade it. Do you guys get it now? The news is going to be released in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, some people are going to make enough money to buy a Lambo, and in 5 minutes, some people are going to be losing their bride price to the Forex market. So, in that very iconic proverb or parable, you know, there are 5 wise virgins, 5 foolish virgins, and what made the difference was that some had extra left behind. And that's why I've told you time and again, never trade news with all your life savings. Always have some extra oil left behind. All right, it could be the determinant between whether you're a foolish person or a wise trader. All right, and I say that without any intention at insulting anybody. All right, but I've mentioned a couple of times that we're here for the long run. All right, the trailing stop, you can use a 50 points trailing stop. You can use lower, all right, but 50 points, you know, for people that want to rest a bit, so that the immediate pullback will not just leak you out of the market. But you can do your trailing stop 25 points, 20 points, whatever it is. Spectre, AUDJPY. Need I in this place? Please, you would have to come back on Monday, Spectre. GBPJPY, Lord Richie. I'm sorry, we will not be touching on those commodities during this stream. All right, we're not touching on anything along that line. We focus on the majors. All right, NFP stream is usually to focus on the majors. So I'm really sorry, Nehemiah, but that's my own personal rule for trading the news. All right, probably, you know, after a while, you could also invent your own rules for trading the news, and I would gladly follow you. Sales wealth, where is TP? TP for what? Which commodity? Can't educate. Please remember, I didn't say use your stop loss as your risk. Are you guys with me? I didn't say use your stop loss as your risk. Your stop loss can be swept. So, your stop loss can be swept. So, make sure that the money in your account is the money you are willing to lose. Disposable income. Is a disposable income. Don't put all your money in the account and say my stop loss is protecting me. Even your stop loss will see volatility and run. Even your stop loss will run. 2 more minutes. So if you want to withdraw from your trading account, now is the very good. In fact, now is the best test of times to do it. May you find peace in this trading session in Jesus' name. Amen. I commend you unto God, my brothers. All right, 1 more minute. 1 more minute to Lambo or denial. 1 more minute. One more minute, guys. 1 more minute. Exactly. Stay lucid. Risk management is not stop loss. It is how much you put in your account. So now, this is the time when I can sing, Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. You know that song? This is where it comes. This was the origin. All right. Cells activated. If you used your trailing stop, you should be out. You should be out already. Did anybody get swept? Let me see, please. What happened on your accounts, guys? Whipsaw, right? Hope you guys see why I said you should use your trailing stops. Hope you see why I said you should use your trailing stops. Rome was not built in 2 years, so you said full margin, sell gold. Aditya, are you using a trailing stop? That's what's important. Vegara, did you use a trailing stop? I mentioned again and again all the things that I needed to mention. Kent's Football TV, did you use a trailing stop? Did you guys use a trailing stop? Because this is gold that got to all the TPs. This is gold. It touched even the TP3 for the sell. Whatever you told them to sell gold, go and check the charts. Gold is, it was a whipsaw. Vegara, a trailing stop, I mentioned it many times. I think I'm probably going to have to arrange for a session where we get to teach you guys some of these things. All right, because if you do not know how to set trailing stops, all right, trading the news is going to be virtually very painful. Very, very painful. All right. I personally had my accounts with trades set on my account, and the trailing stop saved me very, very nicely. I exited both the sell in profit and the buy in profit. So that is why we talk about trailing stop. Like I said, I think I'm going to have to probably find a way to teach you guys about this thing. All right, trailing stop. And by the way, people coming to say, I lost all my money and all of that. I already mentioned, do not leave money in your account that you need. All right, do not leave money you need in that account. Are you with me? Please, if you made money, let me see, so that at least those who felt like I blew their account can realize that they just didn't follow my instructions. I'm a very, very calculated person. I don't just trade because I can see a trade. All right, I like to ensure that my capital is preserved. And I think that's how you should trade too. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. Imagine Ogechi is asking what is a trailing stop. So this is what is going to happen. This is what's going to happen, all right? I think that I'm going to have to speak with, my supervisors, all right? And then we would see how we can go about arranging a session where I can just teach you guys certain things. Mr. Olugu, I mentioned clearly, please do not put money in your account that you need. Vedara, the trailing stop helps protect you in case the market reverses. Lucky Fingers Academy, sorry about that. Oshualale Sherif, I have been talking about trailing stop for as far back as 3 months now. So I don't know, probably because you guys don't know what it is. All right, probably because you guys don't know what it is. All right, but those who understood what I meant by a trailing stop, all right, they actually were able to make some money. So here's what we're going to do. All right, like I said, I'm going to have to speak with my coordinators, and then we'll see probably before CPI, all right, or during the CPI release, all right, during the CPI release, I think I'm going to find a way to teach you guys much more in depth, all right, with much more detail, what a trailing stop is, all right, and how you can use that in your trading. Exactly. So the trailing stop protects both your buy stop and your sell stop. All right. It is a form of stop loss that follows the market. All right. So once you are in profit, the trailing stop closes you out before the market reverses. All right. Both ways. So that's the purpose of a trailing stop. Do you guys get it now? And also remember, I've told you guys something. One of the reasons why I kept hammering on your risk management today, all right, was simply because I had seen that there was no accumulation before the NFP. And I've told you guys many times on this session that if you observe that there's no accumulation before NFP, then you need to be a lot more careful about your trades. All right, you guys can go back and watch all of my previous NFP sessions on this channel. You'll see that there's certain things that I've mentioned time and again. All right, time and again. So I think what we're going to do is CPI is on Thursday. All right, next week Thursday. You don't have to trade the CPI with me next week Thursday. All right, but please come around on Thursday next week. All right, and let us have a session where I can explain to you guys, all right, how the trailing stop works, and then we can have a live demonstration with the CPI. Do you guys get it now? So we will use the CPI as our session, as our demo session, all right, so that you guys can see how this works. Remember, before I started, I said if you have $100, now would be a very good time to withdraw $80 to your wallet and leave just $20. All right, so reading comments from people saying, oh, I lost $150 and all of that. Please, I'm a very innocent young man. I'm a very innocent young man, and God knows I tried my best. When it was time to run away, I told you people to run. Okay, Uncle Kosinati, you said what is a trailing stop? All right. So like I said, guys, for those of you who do not know what a trailing stop is, who do not know anything about trading the news, all right, let us use CPI next week Thursday as a learning curve. All right. Come around on Thursday. You don't have to place any trades. Just watch what I am going to do. All right. Yes, the trailing stop. Maybe I should even quickly show you a demo of what a trailing stop looks like. All right, let's do that on GU. So I'm going to place a sell stop. Okay, it's not going to show here. It's not going to show here. All right, let's do that on Thursday. All right, let's do that on Thursday so that I can be, much more, much more explicit in my explanations. Do you guys get what I've said so far? All right. So please, for those of you who this was your fourth session and you feel like, oh, you guys didn't get to make any money or you lost some money, sorry about that. All right. Sorry about that. But please, in case you didn't understand my instruction, all right, it's always better to, make inquiries, all right, and ask for clarifications. If we have the time, I will definitely do my best to clarify that. Sales wealth, your trailing stop can actually show before the order is activated. That's part of the things that you guys are going to be learning on Thursday. All right. How to set your trailing stop even while it is still a pending order. Yes, trailing stop only works on computers, not on mobile MT4 or MT5. That's why I said the third rule for trading the news is that you should trade it from a PC. Just pleasure, sorry about that. But I also mentioned certain things time and again so that those who missed it the first time would always get back on track, all right, from any other time that I mentioned it. But alternatively, for those of you who probably you're beginners, you're newbies, you're completely new to the Forex market, all right, and you need some more, more intense attention. You want me to send you videos and concepts that can assist your trading journey, all right. At this channel, our YouTube channel is full of several of those videos, all right. But if you need help locating some of those things, all right, I can assist you, just point you out, point you in certain directions so that you can follow up on those videos. All right, France Pobi, how do you lose $982? This is why instructions are extremely, extremely important. All right, very important. And I am hurt that you lost money that was enough for me to have invested in buying certain parcels of land in my village. I'm not happy. And I know you are not too. All right. So let us help each other. Okay. Try to learn how to trade. Augustine, I have told you many times, during the news, stop loss will not hold. All right. Because the market is moving too fast. So before your stop loss order gets activated, all right, the market would have moved beyond that position already. I've mentioned this a couple of times, please. Vergara, next week Thursday is going to be our special session regarding the trailing stop. All right. It's going to be the CPI release, and I'm going to do my best to break down everything you need to know about the trailing stop and trading the news. Do you guys get it now? I've taught some of these things before, but I think that a couple of you guys are just joining for the first time, so we're going to go over it all over again. Do you guys get it? So also, please, like I said, if you're a newbie, you know nothing about trading, you only have money to spend. Okay? You only have money to spend. Please, let us have that conversation, all right, where I can explain to you in depth certain things that are do's and don'ts in Forex, all right, and also send you some of the videos from our the channel. You can also search the channel yourself and locate those videos, all right. But if you need assistance, putting things step by step, all right, just search the name Adetola Freeman. Let's get talking on Instagram. Then I would lay out, I have a layout I'm going to prepare for you guys so that you can follow up on it, all right. So without further ado, I'm going to say thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this call. All right, I know that it's a mixed reaction in the house. Of course, it's also still a mixed reaction on the charts. But I want to say a big thank you to you guys for joining me on the call this lovely afternoon. All right, I am really, really privileged to have you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And till Thursday, when I come your way again, I want to say thank you for joining. God bless you. Do have a fantastic rest of the day. And I hope that you have a fun weekend as well. Bye bye, and God bless you.